Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Tico, and I run events here at the Strand. Before we launch into a discussion of Elena Armas' debut novel, The Spanish Love Deception, I'd like to share a little bit of history about the Strand. The Strand was founded in 1927 by Benjamin Bass on 4th Avenue's Brook Row. Stretching from Union Square to Astor Place, Brook Row gradually dwindled from 48 bookstores until after 94 years, the Strand is the sole survivor. Now run by third-generation owner Nancy Bass-Wyden. We want to thank all of you for your support. Without our loyal community of book lovers and authors, such as Elena and Ali, we wouldn't be here today. We are thrilled to have Elena Armas with us for the launch of her debut novel, The Spanish Love Deception. Elena Armas is a Spanish writer, a self-confessed hopeless romantic, and a proud book hoarder. After years of devouring happily ever afters and talking, okay, fine, yelling, nonstop about them, she has finally taken the leap and decided to create some of her own. The Spanish Love Deception is her debut novel. Its sequel, The American Roommate Experiment, will be published in fall 2022. To learn more, visit authorelenaarmas.com and follow her on her Instagram, The Bibliothèque. Joining Elena in conversation is Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood is the New York Times bestselling author of The Love Hypothesis, as well as the writer of peer-reviewed articles about brain science, in which no one makes out and the ever after is not always happy. Originally from Italy, she lived in Germany and Japan before moving to the US to pursue a PhD in neuroscience. She recently became a professor, which absolutely terrifies her. When Ali is not at work, she can be found running, eating K-pops, or watching sci-fi movies with her two feline overloads and her slightly less feline husband. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Elena and Ali to the stage.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. This is so exciting. This is so exciting, guys. This is just my dream event. I am Elena. Hi. First of all, thank you for being awake for us because you're in Germany.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's midnight here, so anything can happen. Anything can come out of my mouth. So let's, hope for the best. I'm sleepy, but weirdly awake at the same time. It's like half and half.
I will just yell very, very loudly if I see you kind of like dozing off.
You just wake me up.
Did you have coffee? Like, did you have a lot of coffee? So are you also jittery now or?
Yeah. I had a couple. Also some chocolate. So yeah. It will come and go. My energy will be like up and down all the time.
I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see Unfiltered. I really hope to catch you by surprise with some of my questions because, okay, some of you might know that a few days ago, I made a post on Instagram asking you what I have Elena Armas all to myself. What should I ask her? And we got so many questions and some were amazing. And actually all of them were amazing. So many were about Aaron's point of view. And I will ask that question, but not now. I will ask it later.
Not now. Let's save that for the end.
Yes, you'll have to suffer. I will torture you. Okay, let's just start easy. Tell me, how are you? How do you feel? How exciting is this? Your book came out, the Spanish Love Deception, which actually, I feel like we should probably say a little bit about the book and what it's about. Let's start with that.
Oh no, I'm so bad at pitching my own book, I swear. I'm like, when I'm asked this question, I start sweating. I'm like, okay, so Aaron Blackford, which usually, makes up for a good answer.
Yes, that's the book. Tacos.
Okay. Yeah, tacos, why say I love you when you can just go the extra taco for someone?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so let me think. The Spanish Love Deception is about a young Spanish woman,
Lina.
Exactly, who she sees herself in a situation where she doesn't have a date for her sister's wedding. Enter Aaron Blackford, who is her, the blue-eyed tall guy, who is her work nemesis. Yeah. who is her work nemesis and offers himself to go to that wedding as her date. And let's say that a lot of things, happen from there.
We love a good fake dating situation that degenerates and turns into the love of a lifetime. We love that.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, we have like a very stubborn heroine, and I'm fully aware of how annoying at some points Catalina could be, but she really hated the guy. So
I mean, and honestly, I love her. I think she is amazing. And I love that Aaron loves how stubborn she is. Like it's part of why he loves her so much, which I think is fantastic. And okay, the book came out first as a self-published book. Was it in February of last year?
Yeah, February, yeah.
So it's been a year, and now you're moving to traditional publishing. The book was a gigantic success. Like, do you want to tell us a little bit about it, how that felt, how it happened?
Yeah. So when I first published The Spanish Love Deception, I honestly, I never did it with, huge expectations or anything. I just did it because I wrote it and I was like, okay, why the heck not? Let's try. And at first, the first few months, it wasn't making a lot of noise, which of course was absolutely normal. I mean, it was my first novel. I was, I had limited resources in terms of marketing and promotion because it was just me and people that I contacted. And even that way, the book was selling pretty well in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was very happy with that. But then this thing called TikTok kind of...
We love book talk.
Yeah. So the book started, going around book talk, and there was this one TikTok that kind of blew up. It was, I don't even remember how many million views, and it was this girl talking about the plot of the book as if it was her life, and that apparently is like a thing that people did on TikTok. I had no idea. Or did I? I don't know. I don't know the order of the events,
the timeline.
A lot of things happened very close together. So anyway, but that happened, and from there everything kind of like skyrocketed, and so here we are, relaunching the book with a traditional publisher.
And I would like to personally thank the girl, the person who did the first TikTok that was big, because you brought, basically, I mean, she did a service to the entire world, telling us about Aaron Blackford and Lena, and now we know, and this is good. So thank you, Book Talk, for your service.
No, like, let me take this chance to really thank everyone on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and like bloggers and Goodreads and am I forgetting any social? I don't know, but all like
Facebook,
all the bloggers. Facebook. Yeah, see,
I don't even know that Facebook. I don't really understand Facebook. But maybe they post a review there.
Maybe. But thank you everyone that has talked about The Spanish Love Deception, because they made my dream possible, and blogging is no joke. I did the gig, and I know it takes a lot of hard work, and bloggers and YouTubers and any kind of review that you guys do, hats off and thank you.
And you were a bookstagrammer before. I mean, you still are. I mean, I feel like always, once a bookstagrammer, always a bookstagrammer. Like, what happened? How was the shift from being someone who reviews books and like hypes books, and then goes to like having her own book out there to be hyped? Like, how was the transition?
There was no transition. I mean, I just, I don't even know how I got to, like, it just happened very organically. I mean, as a blogger or bookstagrammer, I mean, before being a bookstagrammer, I was an avid reader. And, you know, that led into becoming someone that thought everybody, you know, should hear their opinion about books, apparently. And that's why I wrote about my thoughts on books. And from there, I moved on to the visual review with the photo and, you know, the aesthetic on Instagram and everything.
And they're so beautiful. Like, do you have a background in art? I don't even know what it is like that makes you take such a good picture.
Not
They're
at all.
so good. They're so good. It's not easy to take a good picture for Instagram. I know, because I try and it's so hard.
It is hard. It's hard, and it takes a lot of time. And I used to get questions about that a lot when I was, you know, just a bookstagrammer. And my advice, if anyone wants that, you know, and if you don't want it, you're gonna get it anyway.
I want it.
Okay. And my advice is just, you have to try, and do not give up until you find, you know, your way and your groove, you know, until you find what you like and you find what you're good at. And
I hate when the answer to something is put work into it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Damn you. Fine, I guess I will.
I guess I'll have to work.
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, you're still there. You're still on. You have this beautiful. First of all, this is so stupid, but the handle, the bibliothèque, I even love your name on Instagram. I love everything about it. And you're still there, and like you're still doing both things. Like you're writing and you're still like keeping up social media and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've learned that I'm a huge social media nerd and also control freak in a way. And yeah. I couldn't let go of that for some reason. I'm still all about the aesthetic.
And it's good. People love it. And okay, but this is interesting because so you say you're a control freak, and how did that work? So you went from self-publishing where you can make every single decision to Strand, where you kind of have a team, and like I feel like there is a little bit of a misconception that in traditional publishing, your publisher forces you to do things, which I don't think is true at all. Like it's always a conversation, but you have a little bit less control.
Yeah. So yeah, it's true. I mean, I think both routes have really amazing things, and I could understand how self-publishing doesn't work for some people because some people don't have the resources, like all the resources that you need in order to publish a book. So I could understand how some people is not, you know, not willing or overwhelmed. I mean, you can get very overwhelmed with everything that you have to do in order to get a book out there. So I could understand how self-publishing is not for some people.
Yeah.
And then I could understand how some people really like it, and it's like their way to go because you have complete control of everything.
Yeah.
Which is great, but that also means that the responsibility is on your shoulders, and you have to do all the work, and there's a lot of things in your head and in your hands, and you know, there's like a long list of things that you have to do and that you will not want to do maybe, or
and
that
you have to learn, like, how do you market a book? Like I wouldn't know where to start if I had to market a book by myself. Like how do you buy an ad? Like it's really hard. I mean, when I tried to do it for the Spanish Love Deception, most of the time I felt like I don't know what I'm doing, like I'm just trying here. But on the other hand, I had the experience as a bookstagrammer, and I had been in contact with publishers that would send me books to review, and I had seen publicity campaigns from the inside, kind of like from one of the sites, better said. So I sort of knew what could be done, or you know, I had some information that maybe somebody that is just sitting at home reading books and having this manuscript in their hands, you know, they don't have that kind of information. So I was very lucky on that aspect. Yeah. That does help. This is weird, but did you ever interact? So now you are at Gallery. Gallery, that's what your publisher is called, right?
Atria.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I hope no one from your publisher is here.
No, they're working.
Have you ever interacted with your publisher before, like before you were an author or something?
You know, I have a very funny story about that.
Oh my God.
I feel like someone's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna say it.
I mean, I say different publishers, so come on. You're good.
You know how, I mean, Atria is, and I think it was the main Colin Hoover publisher. Like there was a while when all books by Colin Hoover were coming out with Atria. And during this time, I was a book blogger. And I was obsessed with Colin Hoover.
Who isn't?
I mean, who isn't? Yeah.
Colleen.
Who isn't? And I messaged, so I sent a DM to Atria Instagram, you know, pitching myself. I'm this book blogger. I have this many followers. I have this reach. I have this, you know, engagement, and I would love, oh my God, this would mean the world to me and all this stuff, you know, but unfortunately I'm based in Europe. So, you know, can you please do an exception? Because I mean, sending books,
it's expensive.
Yeah, it's, you know, they are picky with that, publishers in the US. So, but I pitched myself, nothing. I was ignored completely. And then years after, you know, I signed the deal with Atria, and Atria Instagram starts following me because I'm, you know, one of their authors now. And
I opened the last DM that you had sent.
I opened the conversation and I'm like, whoa. And I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm just gonna wait to see if someone says something.
How the turntables.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so funny.
Please message them. Well. Do it now.
Yeah.
well.
I mean, no hard feelings. This is just a funny story, okay?
No hard feelings, HR. We love you. Thank you for bringing it.
Yeah,
Okay. A good segue is what changed in the law in the Spanish love deception. The love deception. Like I'm shortening the title now. In the Spanish love deception, what changed now that it's in the traditional published version? What is a little bit different?
So the cover is the same, colors is the same. That's something
so glad, by the way. I was afraid they would change it. When I saw you had your trial, I was like, they better not change it. I was anxious.
Yeah, I think everyone's very attached to this cover. So I mean, Atria, you know, they know what they're doing, and they were like, no, we're not changing that cover. So yeah, I was very happy about that too. So cover stays the same, just like I think now I have a beautiful blurb by Helen Hoang.
Helen.
Oh my God. Yeah.
This is a Helen Hoang and the Colin Hoover fan club. Welcome.
I mean, yeah. Totally.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah. And then content-wise, the content of the book has been revised and edited again, you know, by a traditional, I want to say editor, but let's say through like
copy editor.
Yes, through like the process that they follow in publishing, no? So the content has been slightly, it's revised, but it's the same book with the same scenes and the same content, and nothing has changed plot-wise. So if you guys have read the book, like the self-published version, you have read this. Is just, you know, a slightly revised cover and a slightly revised content.
So yes, so basically Aaron is gonna stay the same, and the taco scene is the same, which is really like what we need.
We're
good. We're fine.
We're fine. We're good.
We're fine. We're safe, guys. Okay, so how did it start, the Spanish love deception? Like, where did you get the idea? What was the one thing that happened that like made you start writing? Tell us everything.
I mean, it's not even, you know, a funny or smart story. It's just, so my cousin, I mean, first of all, a little context. I'm the only, I was gonna say person. Yeah, I'm the only member of my family that's living abroad. The rest of my family lives in Spain and they have never lived abroad and everything, no? So my cousin, who's a very, very close cousin, announced that she was getting married. And she asked me to be her maid of honor. And I don't know, I mean, I read so many romance and I watched so many rom-coms that I started fantasizing with that and thought, oh my God, can you imagine if I didn't have a +1 to the wedding? And oh my God, can you imagine if, you know, and I just started building up this idea and I thought, hey, this could be such a great book.
And then be honest with us. Are you Lena? Like, did it actually happen?
No.
Mr. Blackford, is that what?
That is so funny. Also, so many funny things, but that is so funny.
Oh my
because
God.
Mr. B is not Mr. Blackford. I'm not with Aaron Blackford. He doesn't exist, guys. I'm sorry.
That is just so disappointing. I think we should shut off the Zoom and never talk again.
I know you guys hate me right now, but Mr. B is not Mr. Blackford. Mr. B comes from Mr. Bibliothèque. And it was like an inside joke.
It makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. And now look at that. Now everyone's like, is Mr. B meets Mr. Blackford? Where can I find Mr. And he's like, no, sorry.
He needs to change his name legally. Like, it's the only thing he can do at this point, honestly.
It would be great. I would love it.
Okay, so you are telling me that it didn't really happen to you, the events of the Spanish love. I don't know if I believe you, but but let's say that I do. How did you decide to set it partially like in the US and not, for example, you're in Germany right now, right?
Yeah.
How did you decide to like, why the US and not Germany, for example, since
there wasn't any kind of reasoning behind why the US. It was just because it made sense in my head for Lena's character and for her backstory and everything, the US made sense and New York made sense, and it just all came together in a very natural way. I mean, at some point when the story first popped up, or whatever preposition is used there.
Phrasal verbs are so hard.
They are. Oh my God.
My copy editor is like, no.
Oh my God. I swear it's one of the things I will never ever get a hand of. Anyway,
I know.
So what was I saying? Yes, the US made sense. And then Spain also made sense in my head, because I thought, as a Spaniard, I've never read a romance book with a Spanish from Spain character. So let's do it. And I did it.
Perfect. Like, it just, I feel like, I don't know. So disclosure, I actually also lived in Germany. I did my Erasmus in Germany.
Where?
And in Tübingen.
Oh, okay. That's a random location.
It is. They have a Max Planck. That's why I ended up there. You know how Germany has like one Max Planck per town? It's just so weird.
Yeah. Also, the uni where I studied, also they had a Max Planck Institute.
Everyone has a Max Planck. It's Germany. You got a Max Planck. For the people who are not like European, the Max Planck is this they're like these institutes of science in mostly Germany, but also in a bunch of other countries. Like, I think there are some like in I want to say Holland. That's not the Netherlands.
Probably Netherlands. Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so I was there, and when I was living in Germany, I hung out with the Spanish Erasmus kids, and I because the Italian and the Spanish people just kind of get it's a thing.
We get each other,
we get it.
we
get
it.
We can just talk. Like, I feel like I could talk in Italian and they understood me, and the Spanish people were talking in Spanish and I understood. It was beautiful. But I saw so many of the things that Lena said and like expressions of hers, like they reminded me so much of my Erasmus friends, and it was like going home. It was beautiful.
I'm so glad.
So like, did you get to take your favorite aspects of like Spanish culture and put them in the book? Like, was that like, are you happy with that? And is there something that you plan to continue doing in your future books? I mean, Lucas is Spanish, right?
Yeah, he is. So the thing with how I approach the Spanish theme in the Spanish Love Deception is that I had this feeling that usually Spanish from Spain representation in books is very stereotypical in general. I'm sure there's books that they have not made that mistake. To be honest, I haven't read many because to me it's not like an exotic thing to read. I'd rather pick up like a cowboy romance, you know?
Yeah, I know. I feel the same about Italians. Like, I was watching Gucci. I don't know if you've seen House on Gucci.
Oh no, not yet.
Okay, you're gonna see and you're gonna know what I mean. It's like, we're not like that. I get it 100%. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's that thing. Yeah, it's that feeling that you get being from there, and when something about your country is told in a way that maybe you think, okay, but there's more about that. It's not just about. So in the case of Spain, it's not just about, you know, paella and a guy playing the guitar and serenading someone in a terrace, you know, like, sure, those are things that happen in Spain, but Spain is not all about that, right? So I decided to give Lena a background in the north coast of Spain that is hugely underrated and is completely under the radar for so many people. And, you know, it rains and you have green mountains and hills, and the sea has nothing to do with the Mediterranean Sea where you go in and it's like soup, you know, it's like hot. No. In the north, we get like huge waves and the water is cold and all that. So I decided to have that approach because I felt like that was something that maybe some people that never got the chance to read about certain parts of Spain that have never been shown, I felt like. And I was like, well, why not? Romance.
And it came across like it came across that like your heart was in it. I think like it's I loved it. And I think I also loved I love the Spanish parts, and I love the women in STEM parts that you had in. And I think I could tell while I was reading it that it came from a place of like ownership and like that you're close to these tropes and these things that you put into the book.
Thank you.
Tell us everything about your life as a woman in STEM. At a Max Planck, I hope.
No, I never got to I never got to be in one of Max Planck's institutes, but
we forgive you. Me and Max forgive you.
Sorry, Mr. Planck.
Mr. Planck. Please call your next here after Lucas, Mr. Planck.
That is so not sexy, Ali. I will not.
What? It's gonna make for some amazing dirty talk. Maybe the villain, Mr. Planck.
I mean, can one be planked?
Planked.
That would be a good.
The main character can say, "Last night I got planked."
I got planked. That would be funny.
I feel like this trend is about to kick us out. I'm like, that's it. We're done.
Okay.
This is the end
So,
of this event.
Yeah. Being a woman in STEM, right? So, yeah, I have a, let's start with the background. I have a degree in chemical engineering. And yeah, I've worked in many places, different companies and stuff. And then I also worked in research for a while. And I feel like that was the hardest as a woman. Well, I've also been in offices where just, for being a woman in certain situations, you were not taken as seriously as men. I was gonna say something else, but as men. I mean, you tackle those themes in your books, and you're talking from,
Yeah,
that position.
that's why like it spoke, and I mean, I was mostly like, I'm in academia, but like it really spoke to me. I feel like as an academic, I usually think industry is better, but yeah, I bet it isn't. I bet I just say to myself because I want to think that it's just a problem of academia and that the rest of the world is beautiful and it's a lie. But I mean, there are so many. I think you do such a great job, like, of showing really just the microaggressions that you get, like even just the whole, oh yeah, you'll plan the party because you're the lady in the room, and it's such a. And also the importance of having like allies in your workplace that understand it and see what's going on. So
that's the main thing. Yeah. Sorry. Finish that.
No, yeah. It was just, I loved it so much. I loved how you were talking about it.
That is the main thing. I mean, that situation in particular, the one that Catalina goes through, I never experienced. And of course, for the sake of really showing something that was obvious, it was a little not exaggerated, but what was the name? Gerald's character.
Yeah, Gerald is over the top, but like,
yes, he is.
I guarantee you that so many women have gone through similar things.
There are Geralds. It's not the norm, but they still are there. And a lot of people, I mean, I think like the world in this case has improved a lot, but it's still not there. And there's still work to be done on that. And while I haven't gone myself through situations like that one, I have gone through situations where I've felt very uncomfortable or unheard or dismissed or, looked at like, what is this girl doing here? Like, I've been in an engineering lab, and somebody asked me like, what are you doing here? Like, did you get lost? No, I didn't. I work here. Like, I shouldn't have to explain myself, that kind of situation. It's just stupid. And usually these people don't mean, like, they're not intentionally sexist. It's just something that is inherently, inside.
It's an attitude that they have, and like this stuff really adds up and really like wears you down after a while. You start, and I think that's why so many that's why there are so many fields of STEM that have so few women, because at a certain point you kind of get to a place where you're like kind of like internalize the idea that maybe you really don't belong there, like maybe they're right, maybe I shouldn't be here, maybe I'm less smart, maybe I don't know. It's
totally.
That's why I really do. I love the way you just generally like dealt with it. I just think, I don't know, to me, reading stories like that and like seeing the Geralds of the war getting their comeuppance, it just makes me happy and want to cry. So thank you for writing it. Okay. Okay, sorry, that was a brief emotional moment. I will now be cold and professional like I was before.
You will not.
Okay, tell me, do you want to tell me a little bit about your next book, The American Roommate Experiment?
Oh, for some reason I thought my next book, the one that I haven't written yet,
Well, I will ask you whether you are working on super secret projects, so you might want to prepare the answer.
Yeah, I'll prepare mentally for that.
Thank you.
So the American roommate experiment. So for everyone out there or in here that has read the Spanish Love Deception, we all know Rosie. And the moment
and love, we know and love Rosie. It's this is very important, please.
Like one of my friends, guy friends, the few that read my book, we're Team Rosie since the beginning, Elena. He said, and I quote, he was the only guy that read that book that from my friends.
You know, your other guy friends have a lot to learn from Aaron Blackford.
I think so.
Just putting it out there that they might want to give it a read.
I think so too. So we all loved Rosie, and from the moment I finished writing the Spanish Love Deception, I knew I had to write Rosie's book. I just knew, and I wasn't sure if her story, her happy ending, would be with Lucas. There was a moment there where it almost,
but Taco, they have to co-own Taco. Come on.
Yeah. But then
will Taco be in the book?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not in the way you guys probably think, but yes.
Okay.
I think that was a spoiler. Anyway, moving on.
That was a spoiler. Guys, so. Can I just say, I want to say to the people here, to everyone, that I've been begging for an arc of this book in a shameless way with reckless abandon, and I have not received it. I am me here.
Nobody.
Okay, but still, I am like this close to hacking your computer, like this close.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't, not right now.
Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah. So the American roommate experiment follows Rosie and also Lucas Martin, who will find himself, landing in New York City. And they will get to this roommate agreement, and there's a lot of forced proximity. There's a dating deal / experiment that will be a lot of fun, and I don't want to say more. Okay. There's a masquerade ball too, a Halloween party. Masquerade ball. That scene is so much fun. Anyway, I will not say anything.
I am very excited about this. I'm very excited. Okay, tell me something. So Rosie is now a full-time romance writer. Is that true? Okay.
That is true.
That is true. Is that what you're doing too?
That is true. Yes.
So like we're getting the full Elena experience through Rosie.
Maybe. I mean, parts of it. Rosie has a few, things from me. One of those is that she quits her engineering career to write romance full time.
To pursue her dreams. I love it.
Yeah, to follow her dreams. But she finds herself, in a little of a pickle because her inspiration is kind of gone. And she needs help, and Lucas is there like, let me help you.
Lucas is right there. I mean, Lucas is like, hello,
hi, but in a towel because he walks around towels a lot.
I love it. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yes, these are my abs. I cannot wait. I also cannot wait for like the shenanigans between because I know Aaron and Lena are gonna be there, and you could tell from like that scene in the Spanish Love Deception that like Lucas and Lena have a little bit of like a not adversarial, but like they tease each other, kind of like
totally. Yes,
I love this. I love that dynamic. I love it.
They're gonna have these big brother, little sister dynamic. And there's going to be some interactions that balls will be threatened, and And yeah, more things. It will be fun. It will be fun between Lucas and Lena. Yeah.
Fantastic. Guys, okay. We have a Q&A in like 3 minutes, but I'm gonna do a quick rapid fire question round thing.
Yeah,
because just like super quick questions, and then we're gonna move to the Q&A. These are for the questions that came through my Instagram story that Elena had to tell me how to go find because I wasn't able to by myself. Yay. Okay. If the Spanish Love Deception were a box of crayons, what color would each character be?
Okay, Aaron Blackford would be dark blue. Lena would be yellow. Rosie would be pink. Who else? Isabel? Yeah, Isa would be green. And Gonzalo would be whatever Isa says he should be.
He decides.
Yeah.
Okay. One trait you share with Aaron and one trait you share with Lena.
I'm also very stubborn, just like the two of them.
The two of them. I love that. Like it's one trait for both of them. Does Daniel's fiance exist?
This is so funny. I've been asked this a lot. I mean, when I wrote it, she did exist. She just didn't attend because she was busy with something else. But now I'm questioning my
listen to your reader. Your readers know. They know what's up. Listen to your readers.
They know.
Dream cast for a movie of the Spanish Love Deception for Aaron and Lena and the others if you want to.
That is so hard. I mean, you know what? You guys can write it on the Q&A. I refuse to pick. I mean, I know you're gonna write Henry Cavill for.
Okay, I was gonna be like, it's better be Henry Cavill. Come on. Okay. What kind of husband will Aaron be?
Oh, he will be the snuggliest husband ever. Because he has a tough exterior, but then he's all melty, gooey, lovey on the inside.
We like them. We like them.
Yeah.
The hardest scene to write in the Spanish Love Deception?
The first chapter. Like the first scene, I'll be your date to the
when
wedding.
he offers.
Yeah, that scene, I changed a lot. That was really hard to write.
Beginnings are hard.
Oh.
Will there be a book about TJ?
Would you guys like really? I mean, if you guys want it, I could consider
it. Two people asked. I mean, I don't know. I would love it. Yeah. He was kind of not villainous, but he was kind of hitting on Lena. So
yeah, just to piss off Aaron. Yeah,
yes, we like the dynamics. Okay, is Aaron a dog person?
100%. Yes.
That he offers. He wants a dog. He's like, oh yeah, I like kids and dogs. So
yeah.
Okay, tacos. Tacos equal Aaron and Lena. Like, what's gonna be the same thing for Lucas and Rosie?
Cronuts. Yeah.
I am ready. I am so ready.
Yeah.
Is Aaron inspired by someone you know? I mean, we all know that Mr. B is secretly Aaron, but
you guys know Aaron, unfortunately, he's pretty perfect in a very fictional way.
Yes, but I also want to say to the people, you will find your Aaron. I believe it.
Yes.
I believe
never,
it. You'll find it. Never settle. Never.
Do not settle. Do not settle for less than Aaron Blackford.
Okay, so we're moving to Q&A. Yes. We're moving to Q&A. I'm relatively proud of us for being on time.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pick a bunch of answer. Do you have plans for what happens after the American roommate experience?
Experiment,
not experience.
I have plans. I mean, writing wise, I have a few things in mind. I'm just like trying to decide what's coming next, you know. I'm considering a lot of things, but lately I've been in the mood of an enemies to lovers, so we'll see.
We'll see. What has surprised you the most about being an author and being published?
The love that people gives me on social media, like that has I don't know, it has been something that I never expected, to get so many love messages, like people saying, wow, I read your book and you know it picked up my mood, or it changed, you know, the course of my week because I was having a bad time, and you know it allowed me to escape, or whatever, like, or even just I loved it, wow, or I love Aaron Blackford. Like whatever message you guys have sent, it's just that I never expected, and yeah, super 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 sweet, and everyone's, yeah, it is.
Honestly,
it has
readers are the best. They are the best.
They are.
You are loved.
They are.
Guys. Oh. There are so many people, like, I just want to say, so many people really want Aaron. Like, this is,
oh boy.
They just want to find the real Aaron. Okay, you know what? This is the time. This is the time to ask the question that I've teased. It's time.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get something in Aaron's point of view?
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate?
I shouldn't elaborate. It's not yet decided what exactly. And you guys don't start saying, you know, oh my God, we're getting the whole book in Aaron's POV, because you're not getting that.
What do you mean we aren't? Come on. How long can it take you to rewrite the entire book
like,
from his point of view?
It's 480 pages.
Oh, come on. Get to working. Get to writing.
But I will be writing something in Aaron's POV, and you will be getting it.
May I make a request? Could there be sexy time in his point of view?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm open to requests as always.
She's open to requests, guys. Time to head to Instagram to her DMs. She's open to requests, guys. Let's flat her tonight. This question, and actually we also had this question in asked on Instagram. Any tropes that you particularly like, and any tropes that you want to include in future projects aside from enemies to lovers that you just mentioned?
I mean, it's always really hard for me to pick tropes. I mean, I know the ones that I enjoy the least, or that I used to enjoy the least when I was a reader, but then the rest of them I just love. Like, I don't know if these are tropes. They're not tropes, they're more like subgenres, but I would love to write a military romance. I'm a sucker for military romances. Then, of course, I mean, also a bodyguard romance that will come at some point.
Someone asked me if you were gonna write a sports romance. Just feels like a good point to insert this question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%. That's actually very likely that happens soon. Like sooner than
later.
Yeah, sooner than later. Thank
you.
You
mean tomorrow you're dropping a book tomorrow? Is that what it is?
Surprise. You guys, nothing is coming tomorrow, by the way.
Sorry guys, this was a joke. I'm sorry.
That was a joke. You're getting me to travel. I'm
gonna have like 5 emails from Atria. First of all,
but yeah, and then marriage of convenience. That is something that I will write at some point, for sure.
I am eagerly waiting for every single one of these books. Okay. I just want to apologize. I'm sorry. I feel like I am picking some answers and some questions and not the others. I promise I have no preferences and I love you all the same. How long did it take you to write the Spanish love deception?
That is really hard to tell, because when I first started writing, like that first, time that I sat down, I wrote like 2 or 3 chapters, and then I parked it aside for a year or 2 years or something like that. And then, so when I actually started really writing and really dedicating my time to write this book was during lockdown. So it's kind of a lockdown, like a lockdown baby. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but I cannot tell. It's really hard to say, because then I rewrote the whole thing almost, because first drafts always suck. Remember these?
Yes, guys, don't be discouraged by your first draft. It's gonna be horrible, and it's okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't have an answer to that question, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know it was a lockdown baby, and that's very interesting to know.
Yeah.
Were there any works by other authors that you read that inspired the Spanish love deception?
I mean, I don't know. Not particularly books that inspired this book, but movies, The Proposal and The Wedding Date. They are two. I mean, if you kind of blend them together,
yeah,
they're kind of, where the Spanish love deception is at. And then as for books, every romance book that I have read and love, like I could say so many, that I will not start, because it will get, we'll stay here until tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I loved, honestly, I don't know, like when I was reading it, I really enjoyed how trope-tastic it was. Like there were so many scenes that I was like, oh, this is just such a cool twist on a fun trope that I've read in other romance novels. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, I love it. Like I love when I read a romance novels and I can really feel that it's situated in the romance genre. Like it's someone who loves the tropes. So I think I just love romance novels written by avid romance readers. That I guess that's what I'm saying.
They get very niche. And this book is so tropey, and I never realized when I was writing that it was getting so tropey and so, it's not cliche, but cliche in a good way. Yeah,
the best thing in the world. Like I honestly think that tropes exist for a reason, because we love them. We love to read them and read different twists, and like it just, the tropes are good, and I love it.
hashtag one bet. I mean,
there was
two bets.
And I mean, and they will be roommates. Then they were roommates. Oh my God, they were roommates. Lucas and Rosie, come on. What is your writing process like? And do you have any advice for new writers?
So my writing process is something that I'm still trying to get to terms with. I do not have a writing process at the moment. I'm very new to this, so I feel like I'm improvising most of the time, and it's a good feeling and a bad feeling, and a wild feeling, and I'm just going with the flow all the time. Does it happen to you too?
Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
I think I wrote fan fiction before this, so I try to use the type of not even schedule, but like the type of approach that I had to fan fiction, to traditional writing, but they are so different. And so I have no idea what I'm doing. I was hoping you would have some advice.
No, sorry, but no.
Guys, that's it. Now it's gonna become a sad Zoom and we just cry on camera.
This is not the event for like that kind of stuff. And then sorry, advice to writers, to new writers.
Yes,
is just and this is truly what I did with the Spanish Love Deception. Just write the book that you want to read. Write the book that you would enjoy as a reader and trust your instincts.
Agreed.
And I think that's the best thing that you can, try to do when you're approaching this for the first time.
I totally agree. I think this is fantastic advice. Okay, I have picked this question because I am a monster. Tell us about writing the sex scenes.
What exactly do you want to hear about that?
Okay, the question was actually, what was writing sex scenes like for you? But I want to make it more evil, I guess. I don't know.
Tell us everything.
Tell us everything. Read your sex scenes, please.
No, I'm joking. So to me, and I know this is not something that is shared by other writers. I know some writers maybe write like they don't write necessarily in order. So they have, depending on the inspiration that hits that day, they write this scene or this other scene. But to me, in order to write a good sex scene and a good, steamy and also with lots of emotion, and I need to go in order and I need to get there with the book. So I would never write that kind of scene when my head is in chapter 3 or chapter 4, even if the inspiration hits and I'm really in the mood to write something like that.
Which, by the way, is something that happens.
It happens. Sometimes you're like,
I kind of want to write.
Yeah. And some other times you just want to write like a really dramatic and angsty scene. Don't you feel that?
No. Writing is totally a mood thing. Yeah.
It's like, or like a mean scene. I don't know. But yeah. So that's how I write the sex scenes. I just get there with the story and then it just really hits. And the intimacy is there, which is very important for this. So that's how I do it.
Are you, this is kind of related, are you a pantser or do you like plot everything beforehand?
I plot, but I do not plot everything. I have like, I plot enough and then I let the characters do the rest. So I kind of know the point of the scene or like the pivotal things or, but I kind of let the characters carry me through the chapter or the scene or that
I think
part.
That's a planter. Is that the name of someone?
I think so too. I never say that word because I don't know how it sounds.
I know, same. There are so many words in English that I like know if I read them, I know what they mean, but I could never pronounce them. Okay, I had to look up the pronunciation of like Aaron. Before this, I was like, yes. I was like, I mean, I know it's not, because in Italian you would read it Aaron. I was like, I know it's not Aaron. I was like, I know it's not right. So I'm just gonna look it up.
In my head, he's Aaron too. And then it's what I told you about Levi. Like he's
yeah. We talked about we were exchanging like voice messages on Instagram because the main character, well, the love interest of my second book is called Levi, and I wrote him as Levi in my head, but then someone said to me, oh, it's you write it as Levi in English language, and I was like, excuse me. What is happening here?
What? That character doesn't exist. Yeah. I read the whole book also saying Levi.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. One person to read it like I said.
Yeah, that's my biggest flex.
Okay, this is a question that I have for you. Like, how do you struggle sometimes with English not being your first language? Because I sure do.
Are you kidding me? I struggle on a daily basis. Like my Google history is embarrassing.
I know.
It's like, what is the word for the thing that goes around the thing?
I know. Yeah. It's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, some days the vocabulary is just not there. Like it is there, but it's like not surface level, so you cannot access it. So I mean, yeah, also, I feel you.
Like, do you speak German in your daily life?
Do you speak German, Ali? Of course not. It's hard.
I lived in Germany for 1 year and managed to pick up 0, but there's more. My husband is German. And I still speak no German. It's rough. It's rough.
Oh, how do you talk to the in-laws?
I don't.
You
Well, my mother-in-law kind of like goes is okay. The father is just, but I don't think he wants to talk to me very much. So,
Oh my God.
he's a good guy. He's just like kind of, I don't think he cares. Yeah, just
Yeah.
But
the silent German. Yeah.
I think it must be even harder because you live in Germany and like if you go to the bakery to buy a pretzel, which I did every time when I was in Germany.
Which is what you do when in Germany, you buy pretzels.
It sounds like a stereotype, but for real, like I had a pretzel every morning for breakfast for like an entire year. I was more pretzel than woman.
That is actually like a real stereotype together with the Wurst.
Yes.
Yeah. That's also something that people like have this huge passion for, like these sausages, and it's really a thing worth seeing.
Yes. So,
but yes, it is true. When right now I'm full-time writing, but in 2021, I was like working full-time in my job where I would talk in English and German, and then in my free time I was writing. And then I live with my boyfriend who's Spanish. So at home is like Spanish, then at work was like English, German, then outside German in my, very less than excellent attempt to speak the language.
It's so hard.
It is so hard. It is so hard.
Damn you, German.
It's like,
honestly, I understand, and I nothing but respect for you for juggling 3 languages. Honestly. Okay, I've been told to basically cut it short. I am being told I have 2 more. I am sorry, guys. I'm Italian. That's why. 2 more questions. Do you have a playlist for the book? And is there a place where they can find it?
I have been meaning to create a playlist for the Spanish Love Deception. I have been creating one for the American Roommate Experiment while I was writing, so that one will be easier to share. But I promise I will create the one for the Spanish Love Deception and share it.
Let's hold her to that promise. If she doesn't do it by tomorrow morning.
Oh my God.
We are in her DMs.
It's like 1 a.m. here.
We are right at dawn. Okay, last question. Yeah. I love it. Do you watch Ted Lasso?
Yes. Oh my God, I binged it this Christmas.
It's so good. I too binged it over before the holidays or something. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Which Ted Lasso characters would your characters be friends with?
I
feel like Aaron and Roy would kind of like hit it up.
I was gonna say it. Aaron and Ken Roy would be like, yeah. They would like do not their way through, a conversation. And then I don't know. I feel like Lena would be friends with the whole team.
I agree.
She's like the friendly, bubbly person that would be like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, "Oh my God, you're sweaty."
Oh my God, she would like pinch them when they're like all sweaty.
Totally.
I love it.
Totally. Yeah. And then I don't know. Rosie has a lot of things from Ted. Maybe maybe they would be like good, friends. And yeah, I don't know. I forgot the names of all the characters right now.
I can't remember the name of Roy's girlfriend.
Keely.
I kept thinking Ellie.
Yeah.
Well,
she. Oh, who would be really good friends with Keely? Lucas.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they just say whatever they're thinking. They would be like, "Oh, and blur out like whatever."
I love hearing this. I cannot wait to meet Lucas. I truly cannot wait to meet.
I think, yeah, I'm very attached to Lucas. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm literally editing right now, but yeah, I'm very, I don't know, there's something about him that is very, very, very sweet.
We love a cinnamon roll here.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for providing one for us.
My pleasure.
And thank you for the arc that I assume you will send me as soon as it's ready.
You will, you know, you will. You just have to be patient.
Fine. Okay, so I think if we don't wrap it up, the Strand is going to kick us out. So, hi.
Hello.
So
Thank
sorry.
you. No, that's okay. We had a lot of questions. Thank you so much for everyone that asked a question. Unfortunately, we couldn't get through all of them. Thank you for Elena and Ali for this really fun event. And once again, thank you to everyone that attended. If you want to purchase copies of the book, there is a link in the chat. They will come with signed book plates. So thank you, everyone, again. Thank you, everyone, again.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't know where my copies.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone.